mayor for many, many years. We have a former mayor of the city of Elberton and good friend Larry Guest. Welcome, Larry.
Hey, good morning, Stan. It's good to be here.
Wow, Larry, I mean, it's awesome just to see you today and come through.
It is. It's fun. You know, the only problem is you make me get up too early.
Well, we talked last week, and I said, why don't you come by one morning and just chat? And I tell you what, it's always good to see you, but I got to thinking, a lot of people may not know where Larry is now, and so it's like having a celebrity. Where are they now? And you know, to find out where you are. And before we talk about that, I'd just like to say thank you for all that you did and the positivity that you brought to our town as mayor. You served between city council and mayor for how many years?
27.
27 years,
Yeah.
folks. That's a lot of service. And I just want to say I had the store for 26 of those years, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And you were there the whole time.
That's
the whole
right.
time.
That's right.
And I want to say thank you. You were very positive. Every time you came around, it was positive, positive vibe. Really, a lot happened. And I want to just, when you look back to see what came to fruition, the ideas, the things, what are some of the things as mayor and as city council did you see that you're so happy now that you can look back and go, good job?
Well, I guess the very first thing that I can say is that while I was on council, we purchased the water rights from Lake Russell for 99 years. That was one of the best things we could have ever done because it assured us that we would have quality water for a long time.
Yes.
And that was a great thing. Another thing was the theater. I negotiated with Joe Mack Brown. Don't know if you remember
Brown's
Joe Mack
Automotive, but did he own the building behind that? Maybe?
The building behind the theater?
Yes.
Yes, he owned both of them.
Because there was a mechanic shop there.
That was a long time.
Okay.
Time ago. But I negotiated the price with him on those two buildings, and we were able to buy them at a very reasonable price. He was trying to convert the theater into office space for the courthouse. And I just thought it would be a great thing to have the theater reopened and do plays and have movies, and all of that has now come to fruition. It took a while.
Well, look, I can tell you this: me and Jake, 2 weeks in a row, have been at the theater.
Did you go see the Elvis movie?
We did.
Wasn't that good?
We loved it.
I did too.
I told him before we went. I said, "There's some language. That's not language that we use, you know." And so we went. But Jake thoroughly enjoyed it, and he enjoyed the Thor movie that was this past weekend.
Yeah.
So really, really good. And Larry, that theater has brought business, that positive vibe that you always came around with. I mean, it brings that. You know, people come out, they go eat, they go shop, they go around town. You know, and then you enjoy a play or a movie, and so. These are, and what anything else?
Well, let me finish on that theater.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get it because I was on council. I was the mayor pro tem, I believe, at the time, and Mickey Palmer was the mayor, and of course he at one
was
time
here.
owned this
he hired
radio
me the first
station.
time I came here.
But Mickey told me, he said, put it to the council and see what you can do, and you know, so we did, and it passed, and you know, it took a while to get things going and started, but it did, and so it has been one of the best things, I think, for our community. You don't see you don't see hardly any communities our size that has such a lovely place to have plays and of course theater and all. So
that's right.
Very happy with that. And you know, the next thing, I guess the most visible thing is the hotel.
Yes, Samuel Elbert Hotel.
But
yes.
There's so many things you don't see, like sewer upgrades and filter upgrades, sewer system upgrades, and power poles and gas lines that we replaced. You don't see those things. You see the hotel,
right.
And that has drawn a lot of folks downtown, and has helped our downtown tremendously, I think. Sometimes you can't even find a place to park downtown anymore.
That's right.
And it's great that it's there. They have lunch and dinner, and that has been a real asset to our downtown. Very, very proud of the fact that we were able to get that at a very reasonable price, and of course restored it to a very nice hotel.
That hotel, I mean, it really, really is an upgraded hotel for our area, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And I have been, I stayed at a hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. And when I came here, I got to go see the hotel. Everything that is in the furniture and all looked just like the Marriott in Birmingham, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the same. And so I thought, this looks like the Marriott in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, when I got into the rooms, and I thought, this is a little bit, they didn't have to go that nice, you know. And so I said, well, it was neat to see that. And it is the historic Samuel Elbert Hotel, so it really fits that. And I'm so happy to see that hotel there as well.
Well,
so.
it stayed vacant for 20 years, and it was getting to a point where something was got to be done with it, one way or the other.
Yeah.
And it's very well built back in 1925. I mean, it's all concrete, and it's just it's just a stable place that. We had a lot of good. It has great bones, and we just made it better.
Took it and fixed it up, gave it that facelift, and we're more than that, but gave it what it needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I tell you what, the city has worked hard on so much, and being on the square for so long. You look around and the one-way street, and of course I was on the Downtown Development Authority and was chairman, became chairman of the Downtown Development Authority, and it was neat to see all that happen on the one-way street.
Yeah, and that took a lot of work, and of course those buildings had become blighted, and we needed to do something with them. Either sometimes you just got to do something.
Yes.
And people weren't making investments in trying to restore those buildings and open up businesses in there. So we took it upon ourselves to do that, and we were able to restore all of those buildings, and of course the buildings now are just as nice as any store you would want to go into, and they're all filled. And then we built apartments above some of the stores, and those were rented out before we ever got them finished.
That's awesome.
So they've been rented ever since, and it's been several years now that they've been there. So, and they're very nice also, 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartments, and they're rented out, and it has brought a different aspect to downtown.
I love it. I remember getting to see those, and I just thought how wonderful, and to have that right here in town, And do you know, will apartments, and this may be something for the current, but will apartments be in the new building?
That was what we were looking at when we did the old Elberton Drug Building. Is we would have retail businesses downstairs, and eventually go with apartments upstairs. They have not done the apartments upstairs yet, and they're still working toward I think they've got the buildings ready now.
Yeah,
and
it looks wonderful.
It does.
I'll visit the music store, which both of us, I guess you finished your mayorship. I finished my store.
Right, about the same time.
About the same time, and I really started the store about whenever you started.
You
did. So about the same. But looking around the square, I just see, as like you used to say, a positive future for our town.
The buildings are occupied with retail businesses. And like I said, a lot of times you can't find a place to park. And I remember not that many years ago,
there was nothing there.
Oh, you didn't have any problems parking
I remember
wherever
that too.
you wanted to park.
I remember that. We used to come and park just to make people think somebody was at the store.
Yeah,
I mean, we'd go around
exactly.
and park there on purpose, and so
exactly.
So it's neat to see that.
It was great. It was a great 11 years on council. I enjoyed every bit of it. I moved to run for mayor in 2005, and made 16 years as mayor, and it was a great run. We accomplished a lot. We got a lot of stuff done. Like I said, these things that you see, you can tell, but the things that you don't see, like the electric poles and lines that we replaced, the gas lines that we replaced, the just the infrastructure of our community, which was going to last us a long time,
Right.
is been replaced, and very proud of all of that. And I got to give a lot of it, and most of it, the credit to Lanier Dunn and his leadership of our staff.
Lanier
And-
works hard. Lanier's the only. He knows numbers by like this. I mean, you know.
he's
Yeah.
he's a remarkable young man that we hired him when I became mayor. We hired him, and it was probably the best thing we could have ever done.
Yeah.
And he's
No
done,
pun intended. Done.
That's
And
right.
Lanier
That's
done.
right. He's just done a remarkable job, and a lot of the credit goes to him. Of course, we have a great staff too,
Yeah.
and so that's the main thing.
Well, I will say this: the city workers are just fantastic, and whether it's utilities or Elberton Net or gas, power, water. I mean, there's so many departments and good people in each place. So really, really good. Another thing I want to bring up as you were during your time was the city park. How awesome that kudzu! I don't know. It's just all woods and grown up, and how nice it is to see the city park and to see it cleared out the way it is. So
Yeah, it was. It had. While I was on council, it got started, and a lot of it was still in the wooded areas and things. And a lot of ladies were not.
well, I was going to say it created a safety or a
Yeah.
safer way to walk, and lit. And it's well
right.
lit and everything.
But once we got in there and expanded it down around the old lake bed and up through Lake Forest Drive and all, people just have fallen in love with that park. You hardly ever go by there that people aren't walking.
Yes.
That all the way through
And look,
dark. I
look,
mean,
they-
even when it's dark, they'll walk.
There's been mornings, at 5:45, 5:50, 6:15, 6:30. I mean, like they're out. They're walking that trail.
It
Deer
is.
deer
It
are walking.
That's right. A little
Deer are
bit of
crossing the
everything.
road. One day I come down to the stop sign down the hill, and here's 5 deer crossing during the crosswalk. And I said, well, at least you're using the crosswalk.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
There you go. It's but that has been a great thing for our community
Really
too.
nice.
It really is
Yeah.
nice.
And if folks hadn't enjoyed that, you come downtown where the Catholic Church is, but Sutton Park, that's the name, Sutton Park,
That's
I
right.
think.
Well,
And,
part of it is
part,
named
part
that,
of Sutton
yes.
Park. But it's really, there's kind of 3 circles, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
and you can walk them all, and it's just really peaceful, really nice. And I love the fact that that's right there in the city. So.
Yeah, it's great, and a lot of folks maybe don't even know that we have another one that's much smaller over at old Stevens School area that we have a walking trail there.
I didn't know
it's
that.
a smaller version of ours, but it is a walking trail.
Yeah.
And it's paved, and it has a playground area for kids over there too.
Okay.
So,
I did
know.
not know about that. So
Yeah.
that's something neat to know. Well, Larry, I just want to say thank you for your service and your time that you served our city, and thank you for coming by and making this music store owner feel so big and so part of the community. And really, if it wasn't for you, I would not have served. I served on the promotions committee, but you were the one that got me into the Downtown Development Authority, and I'm so happy I got to serve with awesome folks.
Yes.
Sissy Herring. She was the Main Street director at that time,
Right.
and just so wonderful. Mark Gaffney, Miss Phyllis, Ed Shive. I mean,
Right.
if I missed some names, but it was such an awesome group of people, and it was so fun to get to work with such good folks. And
Well,
so-
we've done we've had a great time doing all of this,
yeah,
and I tell everybody, if you find something you love to do, you don't really go to work. You just
Amen.
You're just there.
Amen.
And I've enjoyed my time as mayor, and I enjoyed my time as city council member, and mainly because of people like you.
Well, I thank you, Larry. I really enjoyed when you said that. There were days that the store is a job. There's always paperwork, ordering, and things like that. But talking with the people and helping churches and helping the students get their instruments for school and helping lessons, that's what made me tick, I guess, if you will. And I just loved helping people.
Yeah.
And it was genuine. And I get to do it here, but I don't get as much, like, we do it in a different way, so I don't get to talk to everybody. I talk like this, but not, to the people. But it's still. But I know I'm where God opened doors and where I'm at. And but I'm very thankful to you. And really, without you being on the square, who knows where I'd be? I mean, I'd probably be in Tennessee. I mean, in Nashville, because those years were good to me in Nashville. I guess we think making money is what it's all about, and I made some money up there.
Sure.
And but there's nothing like coming home, like being home. And when I referred to home, I didn't say in Franklin. I was in downtown Nashville. I didn't say my home in Franklin, Tennessee. I said, well, back home, Elberton.
Yeah.
Everything was Elberton related. And of course, there was an economy issue for a few years, and that's why I was in Nashville. But when I came back, you were one of the first ones that said, welcome home.
Right.
Welcome back. And so.
Well, you've been a great asset to our community, and I thank you so much for what y'all are doing here at the radio station. It's a very much needed and wanted thing for our community, and I appreciate all y'all do.
Thank you. We try hard, don't we, Broughton? And I think if Callie was in here, I told her, I mean, one thing I want for our station is community. I want community to be number one. And
gosh,
so,
that sounds familiar.
It does. That sounds you. Sounds like Larry, Mayor. I always wanted to be your sidekick. If we were in a bigger city.
My entourage.
Yeah, I wanted to be the guy. The mayor does not have time. But I tell you, it was so fun to get to work with you in a way and see downtown flourish. And Callie is here. I'm gonna put Callie on the spot. Callie, what's the one thing that we major in here at the station? What do we want the most?
Greatness.
Okay, and
Unity.
Community.
Unity in the community.
Look, there you go.
There you go.
So see, Larry, you set the level.
You're
you
just
set the bar. Yes.
you got to get those folks around to be positive, and
that's right.
Gosh, the worst thing that can ever happen to a business is when you got some kind of negative Nelly that goes around and causes problems.
We don't want that.
That's great.
Larry, we've had to let a few of those go.
I understand that. I do understand.
But God is good, and times are good, and all good things are coming our way. And
absolutely.
And we look forward to the city, to downtown, and seeing good things happening. And right now, we just kind of wanted I wanted to see, what did you look back and go, good? This was awesome to be a part of this.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. But then we want to know where. So where are we? I just talked to you last week, first time in not a year, but probably 4 or 5 months, 6 months. And so I thought, wow, where are they now? So Larry, where are you now? Because we ain't seen you.
The great thing about being retired, and I mean totally retired now, the great thing about it is just being able to do what you want to do. If I want to sleep late in the mornings, I sleep late. If I want to go somewhere, I go somewhere, and I don't have to worry about, having to be somewhere or do something for someone or things like that. Well, so I travel. I'm doing a good bit of traveling.
Well, Larry, I might ask a question, and if I'm too you just say, well, Stan, that's a question you don't need to answer.
Okay.
Well, Larry, let's say if you're going somewhere and you're traveling, where are you traveling to?
Well, I love the mountains, first of all.
Yes.
That's where I've made several trips to the Highlands, Cashiers.
Oh, yes.
Murphy area.
That's Sean Gibson country around there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I love going up there, and I go to the beach.
Okay.
I've been to the beach several times. I'm not a real beachy person.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed going down to the beach with friends and
nice.
And just getting out and doing things.
Well, I tell you what, Larry, that sounds really good. I knew we hadn't seen you, and it's kind of like, where's Larry at now? And just to know that you're having, getting out there and staying on the go a little bit,
Yeah.
And look, the door is always open here. So, and I don't want to ask too many questions because I don't want to get too personal.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Good deal. Good deal. But Larry, I do want to say this. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for what you did for our town, our city, the positivity that you brought, and thanks for what you do for us now. I mean, just still kind of pumping us up, and it's awesome.
You're
So,
very kind,
yeah.
Stan, and I do appreciate what y'all are doing. I know we kind of
Yeah.
blowing smoke
A little bit, yeah.
at each other, but I do truly appreciate what the radio station has done over the years and the support that you have given me.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that because I think that's important that we have unity, as you said, unity
Yeah.
in the community.
That's right. And really, that's what it's about. I mean, it's about, helping each other and lifting each other and being a friend, being a neighbor, being, good to one
Right,
another.
right.
And so that's what it is at the end of the day.
Great.
So, well, Larry, look, I am so tickled to have you here, and thank you for coming by. And I look forward to you coming by again sometime.
I
Who
love
knows? We might get you back in a sports show or something.
Well, you never know.
You
you never
never
know.
Crunch time. Can
I
make
don't want
another-
to be. I don't want to be committed for anything because I might want to go to the mountains any day.
Well, see, that sounds like my mama. My mama, she was helping different things, and one day she woke up and realized, I don't have to get up. I don't have to go.
That's right.
I'm gonna
That's
do what I want to
wonderful.
do today.
That's wonderful.
So she told everybody, I got grandkids. I'm gonna go do what I want to do.
There you go. There
So
you
that's
go.
it. Well, Larry, we hope that you do what you want to do, and folks, if you see him around, give him a hey, a holler, what's up, Larry, and just a thank you for service. Because when you serve the community as long as Larry did, that's a lot of service. 27 years, 27 years, councilman and then mayor. And many, many times we said Mayor Larry Guest. So, and sometimes I still say Mayor.
That's all right. That's all right.
That is it. Well, former Mayor Larry Guest, but we'll continue to say Mayor. Thank you so much for coming by. And where are they now? He is retired, enjoying life, traveling a little bit, and seeing friends.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. Well, Larry, we do appreciate you coming by, and a shout out to the family, Alec, and everybody listening, and Aaron. She's got. By the way, let's give a plug for your daughter. She's got a business on the square in one of those buildings now.
Sunshine,
Yeah,
yes.
she opened up recently. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Been there a couple of years and doing very well, and she's done well. Alec, of course, is still in the granite business, and he's doing well also. So
How's Ian doing on that guitar?
Woo, that boy can play that
He
guitar
is
now.
smoking it. I mean, really.
He can go. And he's 6'6", playing basketball, and of course that was my favorite sport to do, is to play basketball, and to see him carrying on the guitar.
Yes.
Which I love the guitar
Yeah.
also, and but he can outplay me 10-1.
He might outplay me now.
Oh,
I mean, really.
Stan, he can
Yes.
go. But anyway, he's dunking the ball and playing that guitar.
Tell him to keep it up. Keep it up, Ian. Keep it up. Well, I tell you what, awesome family, and Larry, we always appreciate you coming by, and we hope that you'll come by again sometime.
I will.
So,
I will. I
awesome.
enjoyed you, Stan.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey, folks, it is our former mayor, Larry Guest, on a Where Are They Now? And just so happy that he had a few minutes to come in. We wanted to speak to him. A lot of people hadn't seen him, and we thought it'd be good to know, where is Larry? But I tell you what, we're so glad for the vision that he had as mayor, and it was so cool to see all those things come to fruition. And now our community is enjoying them. So, folks, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay tuned. We're going to be playing great country favorites. Callie is already getting her show together. Broughton's helping get Pick 'em ready for this Friday night. We got all kind of things working on right now. What? Stay tuned. More great country favorites. We had a request for some Bill Anderson, so that is on the way. Miranda Lambert, a little Joe Diffie, and more.